It's like a danceable, funky groove song with 4 time signatures at the same time going on. I've never heard anything like it. Hello and welcome to another episode of Music and Words Unite. I am your host, Troy, co-host actually, and with me I have my friend and co-host Mark. How you doing, Mark?
Great to be here.
All right. I know it is for you for this episode in particular, Mark. And that
Mm-hmm.
is because look, I'm even using Tobias. I'm so enthusiastic about this episode, Mark. And today we are going to be doing a review, a track by track review of Discipline by King Crimson. Now, Mark, I am not brand new to King Crimson, but pretty new, right? I've heard
Mm-hmm.
a few King Crimson albums. I heard this album back in March, but very minimally. And now is my first time really doing a deep dive into this album, sitting down, listening to it multiple times over multiple days. In fact, I've listened to it 5 times straight through in the last couple of days. So I feel like I'm ready to go. Do you know what I mean?
I'm going to tell you right now, you barely scratched the surface of this album.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it, to be honest with you. So why don't we get started with a quick intro in case people aren't aware of King Crimson. I'm assuming
Mm-hmm.
people, you never know. Some people might be new and that might be interested on the channel. So King Crimson is a progressive rock band, potentially. Well, they're definitely one of the first progressive rock bands. Whether they're technically the first, I think, is up to debate. But
Mm-hmm.
regardless, one of the godfathers of progressive rock music, and really just totally incredible musicians and very, very interesting songwriting. And when I say interesting, I mean it is interesting. It's not something that you're going to hear every day from most music and most songs. And I would say, Mark, it does require, how should I put it? It does require really using your brain to listen to in a way, because it's not something that you can listen to passively and kind of understand what the heck is happening. Of course, you can listen to it passively, but when you do some active listening to it, it kind of opens it up and it really takes it to another level. So,
Mm-hmm.
so that's what I want to say about it. So we're going to do a track by track review. We're going to play clips from it. We're going to talk about the songs we liked, didn't like. I don't. Spoiler: I don't think there's going to be any ones we didn't like on this album because I'm just going to preface this by saying, as someone who is pretty new to King Crimson, Mark, I'm going to go out on a limb, and maybe it's not even a limb, and say this album is a progressive rock masterpiece. Um, I mean, it's one. It's so much so that I'm shocked that progressive rock fans, at least the ones I've seen, don't talk about this album in the same sentence that they talk about other progressive rock, like classic great albums.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, so King Crimson is like one of those bands that's like that they're so like ahead of their time, for lack
Mm-hmm.
of a better like phrase,
Mm-hmm.
that like I feel like people are like turned off by them because they're like so innovative. And like I'm gonna be honest, I know like a lot of like people say this about a lot of bands. Like every one of their albums is like completely different, and it's like
Yeah.
really weird.
Yeah.
Like you take like In the Court is like a straight up like 60s like prog, like it has like folky elements to it. Like it's like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it sounds like it's from the 60s.
Right.
And then you have like their next album, like In the Wake of Poseidon, which is like kind of like in the same vein because it still has Greg Lake on vocals. But then you have like Lizard after that. Like Lizard sounds like a like carnival on like acid. I don't even know like any other better way to describe it. And then you have Islands, which is like super jazzy and like I don't know. It's just like kind of like spacey too. And then you have
Mm-hmm.
like Lark's Tongues and Aspic, which is like I can't even like begin to describe that album. It's like metal before metal, really.
Right.
And then you have Red, which is just like a great, like awesome progressive hard rock album,
Mm-hmm.
arguably my favorite by them. And then you have these three 80s King Crimson albums, which are just a complete anomaly. Like you have two of the same members from the 70s lineup and Bill Bruford and obviously Robert Fripp. And then you add Tony Levin and Adrian Belew, and it's just like this like crazy progressive art rock new wave explosion of like some like a sound that I've never heard and still have yet to hear to this day. And this album is just like a testament to just how awesome they are, man. Like this band is like, to say they're underrated, I think is just like a complete understatement.
Yes, totally agree. So why don't we get started, Mark? So let's talk about the lineup for for this album, because the King Crimson lineup, from what I learned, has changed over the years, right?
Yeah, every album has
Yeah,
like basically a different lineup besides like a couple.
right. And the '80s lineup remained pretty consistent. Those three albums, I believe, right?
Yeah, it was
And
yeah, the
right.
same lineup for all
So
three.
you
Yep.
had Adrian Belew, who was new at the time to the band. You had Tony
Mhm.
Levin, who was new to the band, who's playing the Chapman stick and bass. You had Bill Bruford on drums, and
Yeah,
you
he was
have
in the
yeah,
band since Larkstone, I believe.
yeah, and you have Robert Fripp, right, on guitar, and he seems like one of the main songwriters as well. That's kind of
Hmm.
remained since the beginning of the band, right? And anyway, Mark, Tony Levin plays an instrument called the Chapman stick, which there's only two people I mean, I'm sure other people have played it, right? But I'm saying there's only two people I've personally seen played it, and that's Tony Levin and John Mayung. And mainly, I think John Mayung was inspired by Tony Levin. So, yeah. So let's just see what the heck is a Chapman stick, right? Why don't we just see a clip of Tony? You can see what it looks like when he plays it, and then we'll listen to the first song on Discipline. You'll hear it going on there. So this is a clip of Tony playing Chapman stick. So it's basically like a mix of a bass guitar and kind of a piano in a way, you know?
Yeah.
So it's very musical, and you're going to hear that right away in the first song, which is Elephant Talk. So one of the tips let's play a clip of Elephant Talk. Let's hear what it sounds like. You'll hear it start off right away with Tony Levin's Chapman stick.
Talk, it's only talk. Arguments, agreements,
So,
advice,
so Mark,
answers.
so the interesting thing about this song is it's very lyrically, it's just nonsensical, but on purpose. But it has a sense because it's trying to make a point about talking, right? But the lyrics actually are like he's actually just going through the ABCs. I don't know if you ever you
Oh
know
yeah,
this.
of
Yeah,
course. Yeah.
yeah. So he's just saying words, and let's start with the letter A. Say start with letter B. They're totally like meaningless, pretty much.
Well, just they're all
Yeah.
like synonyms for like some kind of like discussion or talking,
Right.
basically.
Yeah. And so my tip for listening to this, to be honest with you, is don't go into it if you've never heard this album before. Don't go into it listen expecting to hear a normal song, which is like, or even album for that matter, where people are just making a song with lyrics and a nice melody and like a typical song. You know what I mean? The way that this album, I'm going to be quite honest with you, opened my brain, what it took for me was to just forget that they were traditional songs, right? And just only listen to the groove first,
Mm.
and then let the guitars come in my brain, and then only listen to the groove and the guitars coming, like how they were doing it. And then all of a sudden, when I heard the melodies and the lyrics, it just clicked. But if you go with like the vocals first, like you might, normally listen to a song, some people, it's not going to work, I don't think. You really have to dive deep into what the music is doing, and then everything else starts to make sense over top of it, I would say. That's how I kind of open my brain up after a few listens, how I appreciate it the most. Yeah.
Mm.
That's my tip
Interesting.
on it. Yeah. Mark, what do you think about this song?
I mean, do I really need to even say anything? Like, song is incredible. All right, so there used to be a show in the 80s, like before both of our times. It was like a show to try to compete with Saturday Night Live. It was called Fridays. Have you ever heard of it? It's
No.
like a sketch comedy show. They have a musical act. So the one week they have King Crimson on there, and what song do they play on there? They play Elephant Talk.
Right.
And then Adrian Belew comes out in this big pink suit, like a maniac,
Right.
and he's just playing his ass off. He's playing guitar, he's doing like synth, he's doing like textures. Oh my god, he's just going crazy, and Robert Fripp is just sitting there playing guitar, like doing his normal normal routine.
Right. Right. Right.
And like you watch this video, and like you could just like imagine yourself being there, and you're probably just like, what the hell am I watching? Like it's 1981. Like even though like Talking Heads are like a thing at this point, like you're just like, what the hell is this?
Oh my god, man! I found a clip of it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, come on, man. Look at him. Imagine being there, and hearing this. This is on network TV.
Dude, the more I hear this song, man, the more like that the groove with the Chapman stick and how what's amazing about this record is there's a lot of amazing things, but how the drums are so intentionally not flashy on the surface. Meaning there's not a ton of drum fills going on. There's not a lot of cymbals. I actually read that they intentionally said don't use a lot of cymbals on this album. They wanted the high end of the albums that the guitars would be the focus of the high end. So the drums are very much like a bass drum, kick, and some toms. Like that's the grooves of like most of the songs on the record, right? But when you combine that with Tony Levin's like grooves he's doing on the Chapman stick, and you just listen to it, that's why I was saying if you just listen to that only, like everything else starts to come in, and then you start to really enjoy the spoken word stuff. You start to really get into everything. And I can say, Mark, I really relate to the lyrics in a way because, oh my God, has there ever? And this was written in 1981 or 1980 whenever they wrote it, but. Has there ever been a time now where the most meaningless conversations ever are happening per second around the planet? Okay, I mean, everyone likes to hear themselves talk on social media, say the most mundane, repeat the same garbage talking points that they hear from everybody, and it's like a giant waste of time. In fact, over the years, I don't engage on social media at all, and pretty much this is the only thing I do, and just for a hobby for fun, right? Because it's just a giant waste of time. And this is pre-social media, the way he wrote this song, right? So I would say this song is more relevant now, lyrically, than it's ever been, most likely, in my opinion.
Yeah,
So,
like you said, with the advent of social media, like this song came out like 30 years before social media even really existed. I mean, 25 years or so. Yeah, just everybody is just having meaningless conversations that have no outcome or any meaning whatsoever. And I just think that I mean, yeah, this song is goofy and it's probably just them goofing off too. But I mean, I get some meaning out of it is what I have to say. And to start off the album with this song is bold to say the least.
It's borderline psychotic.
It's absolutely psychotic. All four members of this band are absolutely psychotic in the best way possible. And I am here for it every day.
It's just like, oh, we're back. King Crimson's back with a brand new lineup after how many years, right?
This is their first album in 7 years.
Elephant Talk.
Red was 1974. Imagine, you bought Red in 1974 and like, oh my God, King Crimson's finally coming out with a new album. And this is the first song you hear in 7 years.
I love it. It's just like
I
just
I don't even know what to say besides I love this band so much.
The groove on this album and almost every song, and maybe it's not even almost, it is every song, is totally like nasty. It's some of the, if you just really focus on what's happening on the rhythm section, it's some of the sickest rhythm work I've ever heard on a record of any genre of music.
That's Tony Levin and Bill Bruford for you, man.
It
Two of the
is
best. Two of the best to ever
really
play.
like nuts. So let's talk about the next one, Mark, which
Well,
is
I
go ahead,
also
sorry.
I don't want to sell Adrian Blue short because he is like
Oh,
an extremely underrated guitarist, man.
of course.
Extremely underrated.
Oh
All
yeah.
those crazy like textured sounds on here, that's all him.
Oh yeah,
That's
I read that he invented some technology to do looping and stuff like that, like on the fly
yeah.
back then,
Yeah.
and he would put that in the songs. And in fact, on this song, he makes his guitar sound like an elephant.
Yeah.
It's
Yes,
like
and it actually
crazy.
does sound like an
It's
elephant. It's
pretty wild.
insane.
Yeah, it's wild. This album is wild, but if you're in for it, it's like it's really a masterpiece of just an insane, funky progressive rock album. That's basically what it
Mhm.
is. It's like it's pretty
Yep.
wild. The next one, Mark, is Frame by Frame. Now, I'm just going to go first on all of them because this is new to me.
Yeah,
Uh,
sure. Yeah.
so I'm going to play a clip of this. Okay. I'm just going to play a clip.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
I just close the whole damn thing. There we go.
Before you even say anything, this is my favorite song. This song
Okay.
is like, this song is unbelievable, man.
It's this song is like beyond unbelievable, and I'm going to tell you why. As a King Crimson newbie, okay, it's one of the songs on the album, by the way, that has one of the best melodies, like vocal melodies, right?
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's
Oh
not
yeah.
trolling like the last song. It's like, okay, we're going to show you that we can write some really good melodies, right? So beautiful melodies, counter melodies going on with the background vocals. I even heard Tony Levin sings on this too. That's what I heard.
It does.
And I was researching a little bit for this, but
Mhm.
but that's awesome. I didn't even realize that he sung actually.
Yep.
So, but the point is, Mark. So it's a really cool song, like lyrically, vocally, all that's got going for it, right? So even if it was just a normal song, I think it would just be a good normal song. You know what I mean? Just forget the progressive stuff out of it. But once you add what's going on with the music, it's like one of the craziest things. So there's something called a polyrhythm, which actually there's a band called Meshuggah who's kind of famous for using polyrhythms, but they're not the only people who use them, of course. In fact, polyrhythms are pretty famous in like Latin music and some world music. But pretty much it just means that if you have a straight time signature, you divide up the beats in, this is a very unacademic way of saying it, but you
Yeah.
divide up the beats in like abnormal ways. That's the simplest way I can put it, all right? In different ways of solving it. It's like math, right? So instead of, if you do 8/8, you can basically still stay in the same time signature, but break it up and you could do like one bar of 5/8 and one bar of 3/8. You can play around with this a straight beat, is what I'm saying. So that's one thing. That's like polyrhythms are keeping the same time signature, right? Everyone's playing it basically in the same time signature, but dividing the beats differently. But what they're doing is not only polyrhythms, but they are doing, and I want to make sure that I get the word correctly. They are doing polymeters. And this is just like, for me, not music I took. And I listen to a lot of prog, and I know that there's polymeters I've probably heard before. but I've never heard it like this on this record. Polymeters are playing in different time signatures at the same time is what's going on in this song.
Mm-hmm.
So, in fact, I think there's 3 going on at one time. So the drums and the bass are playing one thing.
Mm-hmm.
One guitar is playing in one time signature.
Another
Another guitar is playing in a different time signature. And then sometimes they collide to play in the same time signature, and then they disperse. That's happening through the whole song. It's like a dance of time signatures, right? And in fact, they do that on multiple songs on this album. I kind of caught that. And it sounds so unique and so different than what you know. I mean, if you listen to this stuff all the time, it's not going to be different. I'm saying for me, right? It's different. It's unique sounding. But the way they do it, the fact that they can do it over a straight groove, which is like still driving and like sounds like a straight ahead groove, and then to have a really beautiful melody and lyrics over top of all that is like a total masterpiece of a progressive rock song. Like this is progressive, meaning like this is like taking music into a different realm of rock music. You know what I mean? To me, that's what progressive is. I think, progressive rock sometimes gets labeled as put in a box because it just means, oh, you have long songs or you have odd time signatures, right? But they're just saying, not only are we going to play progressive music, we're going to keep progressing the genre and start mixing in funk and world music and polymeters and all kinds of stuff going on this record. So, Mark, what do you think about this song?
I mean, this song to me is kind of like, they're like, all right, put Elephant Talk in the first song, and then you get to this song. It's like, just kidding. Here's the real first track.
Right.
Here's what we really wanted to do. That first track was just us goofing around, but
yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, polyrhythms or polymeter. I mean, whatever is really played on this album is just like beyond my comprehension when it comes to music theory. But like, yes, they are definitely playing in like definitely different time signatures. I know Robert Fripp is definitely very well known for playing like polyrhythms, like advanced polyrhythms. And I believe another person that also is very popular for playing polyrhythms is a little guy named Alan Holdsworth.
There you go.
So, again, like beyond my realm of comprehension. But as somebody who also listens to a lot of progressive rock, I mean, I've never heard anything like this album when it comes to like meter or time signatures or like anything that they're playing. I mean, I couldn't even begin to tell you what's going on. All I can tell you is that this song is incredibly catchy. It has amazing like rhythms and melodies and harmonies. I mean, when they actually kick in, and I just like on top of being like an ace guitar player, Adrian Belew just has such an awesome voice on this album too, man. Like,
yeah,
I can't say enough about the guy. He's just so talented, and like, I mean, all of them are talented. All 4 of them are just like virtuoso musicians, like through and through.
Yeah.
But I think this song, I mean, I love every song on the album, but this song really exemplifies how great they were together and how cohesive they could play as a progressive act. And I think if I could only take one song away from this album, I would probably pick this song.
Okay. All right. I respect it. I haven't thought about which the one song I'd want, but this is up
I'm
there.
only saying that because we're in the moment. I might say that for every song.
All right. And I wrote some notes down here, Mark. And I could be wrong, by the way, because I'm just listening to it, trying to count things. And it's kind of hard to count multiple time signatures at the same time going on in your brain. It's like, it's
hard to
difficult.
count one, let alone 3 at the same time.
I think like what's happening is the drums are probably playing it sounds like they're playing in 4/4. And there's one guitar that's playing in like a 7/8 groove, and one guitar that's playing in like a 13/16, which is basically like a 6 and a 7. It's like a little bit less than a 7/8.
Yeah, so I think that the 7/8 is the yeah, okay.
Yeah. So it's just mind blowing what's happening in this song. And
did you say 13/16?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you have to count the 16th notes, right? Instead of 8s. And then you count 13.
Right. I mean,
yeah. So
okay, yeah.
so basically they they are writing. I mean, Elephant Talk is a little different, but I think this song is like a real coherent song with lyrics, vocal melodies, in fact, quite beautiful melodies too. Over the most craziest bonkers shit going on underneath, and
I
it
know.
doesn't sound like it. Just sounds straight when you just listen to it.
But that
It's just mind
that's
blowing.
like
Yeah,
business as usual for this band though.
I know.
Like, oh,
Yeah,
let's play all this complex shit and just have like, normal vocal, like nice sounding vocals and harmonies on top of it. Like
right. Yeah.
like what? And it's 1981. This wasn't recorded like 2 years ago. This is 1981.
I know, man. It's mind blowing. All right, let's move.
It is.
We could stay for 30 minutes on one song, by the way.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's just. Let's move on, Mark. To I'm gonna butcher this.
Okay, let's hear it. Let's hear it. Say it. Say it.
Mate
Okay.
Kudasai.
You literally said it perfect.
Hell
Literally said it perfect. You're Japanese.
Let's go. Let's go.
Mate kudasai.
All right.
Do you know what it means?
Means please wait. I looked it up.
Yes.
All right. Because I wanted to understand the lyrics actually, and that was a big help understanding.
It's a very polite way in Japanese of saying like, oh, please wait.
Oh, I see.
Like somebody would say it on like a phone, like they would say like mate kudasai.
This song, let's play a clip from it. Totally different than the last two songs.
Doesn't mean it's any less good though.
Correct. Mark, the I don't even want to spoil it. I feel like I feel like you just go listen to this song like on the best system you got, your car, your headphones, whatever you got, because listen to it through here won't even do it justice. But the point is, this song is amazing. It really is well placed on the album after the first two songs, I think. It gives a nice little bit of a breather on the album after a lot of kind of insanity that's going on in the previous two songs. And really is just a beautiful song. And melodically, it's a pretty straight ahead song as far as it's not a lot of crazy time signatures going on or anything, but it shows how well they can write a song with great lyrics and melody. And yeah, so they're showing their versatility, I think, with this song is one thing they're doing. And I did take a note, Mark, some lyrics, right? So there's lyrics like still by the window pane, pain. So window pane, like a window pane. Pain, as in experiencing pain, like the rain that's falling. And then it says, waves roll by. So I think maybe, I don't know exactly what the songs talk about. Maybe you do, Mark, but it seems to me like maybe you're waiting for someone, like someone to return back in your life. Maybe maybe you're out on tour. I'm thinking of a musician, right? Maybe you're out on tour, you have someone back home and you're saying like, please wait, but maybe you're sad about that. I don't know. Something like that. Whatever, that's the feeling I get out of it. But what do you think about this one, Mark?
I know that they were inspired by beat poets for these three albums, so I
Okay.
think that takes a lot of I would take that into a lot of account. I know the song "Sheltering Sky" is taken from I don't know if he's a beat. I don't think he's a beat writer, but it is from a novel. Oh, he is associated with Beat Generation. Okay. And then there's like, on the album after this beat, there's like every song is based on that. So I think the lyrics reflect that in a way. Um, as far as the song go, I mean, like it's a slow, beautiful track. I mean, Adrian Blue's vocals, like on this and frame by frame are just like phenomenal, just perfect, fit it perfectly.
Yep.
And I believe this is one of the songs where they play the GR 300 guitar synthesizer. I
Mm-hmm.
think the other song is Sheltering Sky, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Um, but it adds a really nice like layer to it besides like, like the regular like guitar tone, adding like that nice guitar synth sound. Um, yeah, it's a great track. I mean, lyrically, I would say I agree with you. It's probably kind of like about loneliness or maybe like longing to see someone.
Mm-hmm.
Um, musically, it's just yeah, just a nice like this is like, the ballad track on the album. And yeah, I absolutely love it. It's great placement on the album too, like you said. So
Yep. Love it. Next one, Mark, is Indiscipline. So this is the only song on the record that reminded me of songs from like 21st Century Schizoid Man and maybe something on Red, because those two albums I've heard.
mm,
It's much more like the old school, a little bit heavy, their version of heavy metal, which I would consider like Red is a little bit more like that. I love this track. This track is pretty sick.
mhm.
I'll play a clip from it. Oh, and this is the one song on the record. I'll play it again, but this is the one song on the record, Mark, where Bill Bruford kind of doesn't hold back and he just like goes off.
Yeah.
It's like his
I,
songs just go do whatever he wants on.
yeah, I don't I think he plays regular drums on this song too. It doesn't sound like electric drums.
Oh, okay. Yep. Let's hear it.
Love this film.
I mean, there's words in this song. It's more like spoken word. I actually think it's pretty cool spoken word stuff. Apparently, when I looked it up, It's about a message that Adrian Blue's wife sent to him.
Hmm.
Apparently, about what was it? Let me look at my notes
It's
here.
like a painting she made.
Yes, a painting she made, and it's kind of like about the obsession with, making this painting, and maybe it's talking about. I like the term indiscipline, right? Because it's the most of the album is very tight sounding. Like when I mean is
Hmm.
like that frame by frame is like just crazy straight ahead tight, but like everything is very meticulous. And this
Hmm.
song is much more like rock and roll, like you
Like
know
chaos, really.
yeah, and more
Yeah.
chaotic and way more like loose, right? And
Hmm.
uh, and I think maybe the lyrics are the spoken word stuff is talking about that, and the part there's also a lot of great stuff when he says like I repeat myself, or the part where he says
Hmm.
I like it. That's why I don't know why, but the more you listen to it, the more you start to expect what he's going to say, and you just like when you first hear
Yeah.
it, you just kind of catches you off guard. But then the more you hear it, the more you kind of look forward to those parts of the song. So
I like the part
yeah.
where he's like, and I looking at it to see if I still liked it. I did.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, this is a very clever song and another really good one. What do you think about this one, Mark?
Yeah, I mean, I give me like this kind of stuff all day, man. I mean, like this is like I equate this to like goofy kind of like elephant talk, but like maybe
Hmm.
not as goofy,
Hmm.
but still like just yeah, I mean like to take to adapt like a letter from your wife about how much she liked the painting and like omit the painting part and just make it the lyrics to a song is
Right.
just like so kooky, for lack
Yes.
of for lack of a better stupid word. Um but I mean like a trend on this album, a hint hint, every song musically is insane. and this is no exception.
Oh yeah.
Like, there's just so much going on, and it's not even like a super complicated song, and it's just like the like between like the I don't know if you want to call it like chorus or verse or I mean there's no chorus in these songs, but
Hmm.
like even like the interludes are just like there's just like so much going on. There's like crazy fills. There's just like two different like completely different guitar like tracks like rhythms and I don't know. It's just this is a great song. It's just and honestly it fits really well on the album too. I think like you got like real like goofy opener that's fun. You got like a really straightforward awesome track. You got a slow, nice like ballad type track, and then you have this like straight rocker that's like kind of goofy but like more like traditional.
Hmm.
And you get like a nice variety on this first side of this album, I think, which is really cool.
You do. And
Yeah.
let's talk about the next side, which is starts with Thela Hun Genjit. Hopefully, I'm saying that right.
Yeah, those aren't even real words. It's like an anagram.
Oh, fair enough. I think it means heat in the jungle, though, right?
It's an
Yeah.
anagram of heat in the jungle. That's right.
Yep. Well, let's hear what this one sounds like, Mark. So I'm not even going to spoil the rest of it because you got to hear it for yourself. But it's basically the lyrics are him recording something. I think it was Rio what he's recording, and he was basically held up at gunpoint, I think, in New York City or something like that. And he's reliving that experience, and it's basically a song about kind of a little bit of fear and paranoia about kind of being in a city, especially one that you're not used to. And what's really cool about this song, aside from the music being awesome, is as the lyrics kind of get more and more, the spoken word, it gets more and more intense for what's happening. The music does too, and it kind of just crescendos towards the end. But musically, it's very interesting because it's the same or very similar groove throughout. There's a little bit of changes here and there. So it's more like a dance groove, but so that's playing in a 4/4, but the guitar is actually playing in 7/8. So it's another polymeter. And it just makes it sound totally like it makes it sound just very unique. That's the simplest way I can put it, right? And it sounds just like sick. Like once your brain kind of locks into what's going on, you just listen to the groove and the guitars, you're like, I don't know why, but it's like a little bit of a brain explosion musically that's happening over something that is a spoken word track. There's some melody, right? He's singing, of course. But what did you think about this one, Mark?
I mean, just play the beginning again, and that's really all you need to hear, honestly.
Okay.
Once this song, I mean, the first time I listened to this album,
Yeah.
I listened to like the first half,
Hmm.
and I was like, this is like very strange, but it's cool. I'm still kind of on the fence. And then like
Hmm.
this song started with that like riff that opens and like just
Hmm.
like those like, I mean, I was just like, this is fucking awesome. Excuse my language, but I mean, very passionate about this album. I mean,
Sure.
like, listen to that, man. Like, what is going on? Like, and then you have like Adrian Blue, who, like you said, was held up because like he had like a tape recorder and he was trying to get like inspiration for a song, and like these like gang members like held him at gunpoint because they thought he was like a narc. And then like he walks like around the corner and there's like cops
Right.
there, and he's like
Right.
he's like and he's like, oh, he's talking about this with like his bandmates, and Robert Fripp just like signaled like the recording engineer. He's like, yeah, just start recording him. So like they have this like his whole like confrontation is like recorded, and he just puts it on the track as like the vocals. Like
Yeah. It's very
uh,
clever because as that story builds, the music starts to build and it kind of gets more intense by the
yeah,
end.
more
So yeah,
chaotic. Exactly. Yeah.
yeah. It's
Um.
very cool.
Yeah. I mean, like this is like a staple. Like this is one of their like signature songs. Like this is one that like every step of the way when they played live, like this would be like probably like one of their, I would say one of their encores, and like I would say it's an 80s King Crimson signature track, and it's so good. I can't even tell you how good it is. You just have to go listen to it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, Mark, the next one is The Sheltering Sky. Play the sample. That's this one.
So I believe what Bill Bruford is playing on this song is called a slit drum, which is
Okay.
like a tribal sounding like it's like a hollow log basically, which is pretty cool.
This song, I'm going to skip a little bit because the beginning, it takes a little bit to get into, but this song is very atmospheric. And if you just want to vibe out, like if you're going for a walk, if you're just chilling out at home, listening to something, you put this on.
So that says Roland guitar synthesizers
Oh, I
again.
see. I mean, this song is awesome. It's like 8 minutes of just this, pretty much, but you're just zoning out to it. It's pretty much like the same little groove underneath the whole time, pretty similar. And it just builds and builds. And there's a lot of atmospheric stuff going on. Like, as you said, it's guitar synthesizers. There's no real synthesizers, just guitar synthesizers. It sounds like a synth. And the bass is just, everything is great, man. This song is, I love the variety on this album. You know, it's only 7 songs, but like, you have a lot of variety in 7 songs, you know?
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, this is like, this is the big instrumental like atmospheric track. Every Prog album has to have one.
Gotcha.
Um
Yeah.
so yeah, I want to say what bosses they are too for putting the last 2 tracks on the album as the 2 instrumental tracks, which is pretty amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, but this one stands out too because it's just like you'll be listening to it, it'll be like atmospheric with Bill Bruford's like drums, his like tribal sounding drums. Tony Levin's like absolute like just like deep ass bass line, and then you have a Robert Fripp just like shredding in between. Like there's like one part where he's like shredding on like the guitar synthesizer, and it's just like and it's just like so absurd. Like you have like this like super atmospheric track with like all this stuff going on, and then yeah, it's just like super chill, very very different than the rest of the album track wise, I would say.
Yes,
But
for sure.
still great nonetheless.
And let's talk about the last song, Mark, which is Discipline, which is the title track. I'm going to go out on a limb here, Mark. This has got to be one of the greatest progressive rock instrumentals of all time. It's got to be up there.
So you like this more than Sheltering Sky?
I mean, yeah, Sheltering Sky is like an atmospheric chill song, right? Like, okay, that's cool, you know? It's a good song. But this is like literally progressive rock mad scientist music, but also listenable. It's not just like nonsense. I mean, it's very listenable. And let me explain what I think is going on, because I did a little bit of research on this. I was listening to it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna play a clip from it, and then I'm gonna talk about what I think I'm hearing here.
Okay.
It's so nasty, man.
I know.
So this is how it starts. I won't spoil the whole thing. It gets builds and builds from here. But Mark, what's going on here? Because I was listening to it and my brain was having a hard time even understanding what was happening rhythmically in this song. What I learned was, Mark, the drummer, Bill Bruford, is playing a beat with one foot and one hand in a steady 4/4 time signature. But on the toms, he's playing a different time signature. And so one person now is playing two different time signatures. Okay, that's just the first part of it. He's playing in 17/16 on the toms and 4/4 on the kick drum. Now, that's already like pretty insane, right? Okay. It's already insane. I'm sure other people have done it before, so I'm not saying it's the first of its kind. I'm just saying it's pretty insane. But what then, when you add in what I'm about to say, the other musicians are not playing in those time signatures. So what's happening is, okay, there are some repeating guitar parts, which you're hearing when I first played that clip, right? Which is not in the same meter as the drums or each other. So what's happening is, at some points the guitars are playing 5/8, and then one guitar will shift to 9/8 while the other stays in 5/8, and they repeat. So there's literally 4 different time signatures going on at one time. In one song. Anyway, and the fact that like the bass, the Chapman stick, is just nasty groove funk, and the kick drum is straight, so it makes it like you can dance to it. You know what I mean? It's like a danceable, funky groove song with 4 time signatures at the same time going on. I've never heard anything like it in my whole life.
I don't even know what to even add into what you just said. So I mean, that's like beyond anything musically that I could even comprehend at this point.
Me too, by the way. I'm not even pretending like I could play it or really anything. I was just listening to it, trying to count, and then I did some research on it. I'm like, it's kind of too much going on for me to in 20 minutes to try to figure all these time signatures out. So I kind of researched it, and through my research, that's pretty much what I was saying. So that was, yeah, Mark, this whole song, and I just put a clip from it. It just keeps building and building from here. This whole song is just an absolute insane progressive rock. It's literally like a masterpiece of a song. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know how to review it, to be honest. Just go listen to it. It's really not. And listen to it multiple times because it is very complex rhythmically. So it does take your brain a little bit for it to click. You know, for me it did, you know, to fully appreciate it. So yeah, it's yeah, Mark, any other thoughts about this song?
I mean, I don't even know what to even add at this point. Like, this is just one of those albums that I can't even sit here and just like talk about and like convince you to go listen to it. This is one of those albums that I'm going to be honest with you. You're not going to be able to listen to it once. You're not going to be able to listen to it 5 times. You're not even going to be able to listen to it 10 times until you appreciate it. This is a very multi-listen album to really take in what's going on here. And if you're watching this video, most likely you like progressive music, you like progressive rock. If you haven't heard this album, I don't know what you're waiting for, because this is like this is as necessary as, like, you know, listening to, like, I can't even think of a good example. Like, if you like, you know, like, this is as like any Beatles album, like as important as that is, it's to progressive rock. This album is just like a landmark release. Please go listen to it. I can't even do it justice here, even with the music clips. You have to listen to it in its entirety.
Oh yeah, the clips are not going to do it justice. Yeah, you gotta go listen to it. Yeah,
go listen to it. Put some good headphones on. Get the vinyl if you can. It's like $5 for Christ's sake.
Oh yeah, it's dirt cheap. Yeah.
If you have a record player, go to your local record shop. I guarantee you it's in there without a sleeve, and it's probably in like the $2 bargain bin.
Right.
Listen to it. if you like music and you're looking for something different, this is a potentially life-changing album, music-wise.
Yes.
You'll never look at advanced music like the same way ever again after this album. Go listen to it,
So
please.
Mark, here's how much I like this record.
Aphex Twin. Aphex Twin.
There you go.
How IDM took shape. Look at that.
There you go.
Look at the album in the top left. You see that?
Yeah, I see it. Yes, I do see
Yeah,
it. By the
there
way,
you go.
folks, the album he's talking about, Boards of Canada, Gio Gotti, we actually have an episode on that album. It's right here on Discord, right in the front. So go check that out if you're curious about something totally different than King Crimson. Okay, we try to do some variety on the channel. We do try. So, Mark, I heard... So I have this, obviously, first pressing. It does sound very good. But I heard there's a Steven Wilson remix and remaster of this album, which I don't have. And one of my complaints about the mix, if I'm allowed to complain about anything, is I find for how good the bass is on this record, the bass is a little low in the mix, at least for me. And so I tend to, I have an EQ for my record player, like an analog separate EQ. And I tend to bump some of the low end up when I listen to this record on my vinyl, which I normally don't do for album. I usually leave it pretty flat straight through. So I'm curious if that Stephen Wilson mix, like if he makes it a little more, if he brings the Chapman out a little more, you know what I mean? Have you heard it? Have you heard this?
I have
version?
not actually.
Okay.
Is it only vinyl that he did, or is it CD too?
It's a good question. I'm not sure. Let's look it up real quick. King Crimson Discipline. It's probably on streaming, by the way. I'm guessing, but maybe not. It might not be. I don't know, to be fair. Let's see. So, folks, this is how I shop for stuff. If you're curious, how we look for different versions of these records.
No, yeah, you could be on this for hours and hours.
So, let's look at the vinyl. Let's look for the Stephen Wilson run, right? It's got to be 22 or 18. Let's see. Click on one of these things here. Let's see. 200 gram? Both 200 gram. Let's see what these say. Let's see. Credits. I can edit this down at the end. Credits, let's see. Doesn't say anything about Stephen Wilson.
Let's see.
View release.
It's on. I have it on Amazon. I can see it. Let me see. It is 200 gram.
Okay. People are
It was
complaining.
2011 mix is when it was.
2011. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
People are complaining about that one. I was just looking at.
It's not even on there?
I don't see it. Oh, let me see.
That's what it says.
Remastered. Let's see. Let's just go with remastered only. Let me click on different years. 2018. I didn't click on this one. View release.
Well, it says 40th anniversary edition, so that would be 2021, wouldn't it?
Yes, 2021, which is
Yeah.
probably this 2022 one I was looking at.
Yeah, okay.
Let's see here. It's 2022. Remix, remastered, 2022 view release page. Yeah, this is the one. Stephen Wilson remaster.
Okay, there you go.
Let's see. Okay. I'll definitely edit this. I'll just edit it when I find it, and then at the end here.
Yeah. I'm on Reddit to see what people say.
All right. Let's see. It's not expensive at all.
You can safely buy all King Crimson Wilson mixes. In my opinion, they all sound great, and the vinyl is of exceptional quality. I mean, that's
This
that's
is
your
it.
opinion.
Yeah. This is it. This is the one, man. $27. 20.
That's not bad.
Stephen Wilson remaster. I think I'm going to get this, so I'll have both copies. And yeah, so I got the original. I get the Stephen Wilson, and we'll see which one I like better. Probably won't sell either. Just have 2 copies of it. So by the way, that's how much I like this record. That if I'm willing to buy multiple copies of a record, you know I like it. So yeah, Mark.
Yeah, so I mean, this album for me was like it was just life changing for as far as progressive rock goes. My brother's the same way. He's not even like a huge progressive rock guy, but he listened to these 3 albums and he was absolutely hooked for like months.
Really? Okay, I didn't
Oh,
know that. Yeah.
absolutely hooked, dude. He loves King Crimson, man. And they're not an easy band to get into, man. They're not an easy listen.
Oh, definitely
It's
not. Yeah, give it a
it
couple listens, by the way, out there. If you don't get it right away,
yeah.
that's okay. Because to be honest with you, the first time I heard it, I didn't have the same opinion I just had on this episode. I
Mhm.
liked it, but it wasn't like, oh, this is the biggest master. You know what I mean? It was just, oh, this is interesting. It's different. But
Right.
after a couple of listens, I was like, oh, I get it now. So for example, if you do want the record, right? You don't want the Stephen Wilson mix. You just want any version. You go in here, you do price lowest United States if you're in the U.S., right? And you can get, you know, brand new, near mint, right? $17 for near mint vinyl. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, and if you don't want near mint, you can get cheaper ones, I'm sure. So, and your local record store, as you said, probably has way cheaper.
Yeah,
So anyway,
definitely.
not an expensive one. Of course, you just listen on streaming if you want, but if you have a record player, why not?
Mhm.
All right, Mark. Well, any last words?
If you're watching this video and you haven't listened to this yet, go listen to it right now. Just put it on while we're talking.
There you go. Yeah,
It's
ignore
that
us
good.
completely, by the way. Just forget we're
Yeah,
on.
just
Yeah, just
click out of the video and go listen.
right. Yeah. All right. Well, if you like this video, if you're still watching, it's been like an hour, so we do appreciate that. Give us a like. Let us know what you think about this album. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you have any favorite songs? If you hate it, we'll try to convince you not to hate it. All we're going to say is give it a few more listens, if probably. But hopefully you won't hate it. We also have a free community Discord where you can go and talk about any music you want, King Crimson or not. We have many different types of channels in there of all kinds of genres and specific artists that are popular on the channel for our YouTube channel. But we also have like every decade of music. So you want to go talk about 80s King Crimson, you go right in the prog section and talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a way for us to learn from each other, share our favorite music, and find new stuff. That's the point of the channel. So, and about 5% of our viewers are subscribed. And so if you like this kind of content, please consider giving us a subscription. It would really help. All right. Well, until next time, Mark.
See you, Prog heads.
See you later.